In the end, that didn't happen, but Secretary Clinton did make the point this morning that she has released all of her records. Will you?
Absolutely, of course. I mean, I think she released a 2-page statement on her health records. We will certainly do the same.
On guns, she also welcomed your support now of this gun liability legislation, called it a flip-flop, and said it's time now for you also to support closing this Charleston loophole. Will you?
Well, first of all, George, as you know, I have a D-, that's a D- voting record from the NRA. In 1988, I probably lost an election because I was the only candidate who said we should ban assault weapons. What I said months and months ago is that there were things in the liability bill that I liked, things that I didn't like. Wanted to take a look at it. There's apparently a bill now that's going to be introduced to review it, to make changes in it, and I think the bill makes a lot of sense. So what we will do is be supportive of this legislation. There is an amendment, though, that I want to see incorporated into it, which is non-controversial, which monitors the impact on small gun shops in rural America. Bottom line is, I think that when a gun shop sells a gun legally to somebody, and then something bad happens, I don't think it's fair to hold it.
But what about closing this Charleston loophole, the 3-day waiting, that the person gets the gun after 3 days no matter what?
Well, that one was we're going to take a look at that as well. But the issue here is that what my view has always been, and what is most important, is that we have a strong instant background check. I have supported that from day one. I want to see that expanded and improved. Look, at the end of the day, what almost every American understands is we have got to keep guns out of the hands of people who should not have those guns. That has been my position from as far back as I can remember.
On the issue of health care, she made the point that it shouldn't tear apart Obamacare. People should be defending the Affordable Care Act. And you still haven't put out all of the details on your plan for Medicare for all. So how high will the top rate go, the top tax rate to pay for it? When will those details be here?
Well, those details are going to be out very, very shortly. But here is the point. Anyone who says, as the Clinton camp has said, is Bernie is going to dismember health care in the United States of America, is going to do millions of people will no longer have the insurance they have. That's nonsense. What everybody understands is that what a Medicare for all program is guaranteeing health care to all people. We still have 29 million Americans today who have no health insurance. We are the only major country on earth doesn't guarantee health care to all people, and yet we spend far, far more per capita on health care than do the people of other countries. So what I want to do is fulfill the vision of people like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Harry Truman, and say health care is a right of all people. I would hope that Secretary Clinton would join me on saying that, and to tell the pharmaceutical industry that they cannot continue to rip off the American people and charge us the highest prices in the world.
But isn't it fair for the voters of Iowa to know how you're going to pay for it? The legislation you had back in 2013 had an additional 6.7% payroll tax on employers, 2.2% on workers. Fair to assume that will be in it as well?
Well, you know what, George? I mean, sometimes where the discussion becomes really absurd is that we will increase Medicare premiums. That is true. But we are doing away with all private health insurance premiums. And sometimes, and it disappoints me that the Clinton camp is kind of sounding like Republicans. The truth of the matter is, A, we spend far more per person on health care than any other nation. And second of all, a Medicare for all single-payer program would substantially, thousands of dollars a year, lower the cost of health insurance for the middle class of this country. So to say, yes, there will be Medicare premiums, yeah, of course there will. It's not free. But we are doing away with all private health insurance costs.
Don't voters have a